All right, hopefully you enjoyed our little video there on how to increase the length of an array. Now we're going to take a task that's very similar. The user is going to tell us which index position in an array to delete. We're going to hit the delete button and it's going to make the array delete that value, and the array should shrink in size by 1 so that there's no gaps in the array. So literally the value is gone out of that array. So we're going to follow a lot of the same concepts and ideas that we did with add to the array. So this will be a good refresher. Now, like the last one, we looked at a little diagram. So we're going to be using that array called A, and we're going to be doing something like this. We have our array A. It's going to have some values inside of it. And then let's assume the user is going to type in the number 4. So index position 4. And that's the value they want to get rid of. So our goal is lose the 40, but I don't want to leave a gap. Okay, so I want this entire array here to become shorter. So this is what it ends up looking like. And this is our little procedure. So the first step we're going to do, we're going to make another array. We're going to call it B. And I want that array to be 1 less in size because I know I don't need an array as big. And then I have to copy the data over from array A into array B. Now, we only copy data over to a certain point nicely. So we know the 0 goes 0, the 10 goes 10, we know the 20 goes 20, the 30 goes 30, but when we hit slot 4, this is the slot we do not want to copy. So I'm not going to copy the position the user selects. So notice, I'm going to have a little loop that just runs from 0 up to, but not including, the position the user wants to delete. Then what I have to do is I'm going to use another loop, and I'm going to start 1 slot after the position the user selects. I don't even know what just happened there. There we go. I'm going to start 1 slot after the user selected, and I'm going to start copying, so the 50 is going to get copied over. But notice where it gets copied to. Sorry, there we go. It gets copied over to slot 4, not slot 5. Okay, it's not a direct, straight across copy. It's a shifted copy. Okay, and it's shifted by 1 index position. So the 50 goes there, the 60 goes in there, the 70 goes in there, and I have a 99 for some reason, the 99 goes in there. And so you'll see here, 1 loop for before the position, another loop for after the position. Now you actually can code this without 2 loops, but I'm just going to do the 2 loop one because it's easy for beginners to understand. And of course, then the final step, once you do that, is we actually want A to point to the new array. And so then we'll just do that little one line that says A equal the memory address of B. So now A points to this new array. Okay, so that's our goal. So let's give this a go in the code. Okay, I've already done a little bit here. I've already written the code that grabs out of the text box. They've typed in into text delete which index position to delete, and I'm saving it here inside of the position variable. Now I'm going to create a shorter array. So integer array B is a new integer array. I'd like it to be the same length as A, but 1 less, because I'm deleting 1 position. Next, I want to copy data before the position variable. So this is just going to be a nice direct copy over of the data. And so I want K to stop before it hits position. So K less than position. Okay, if position is 4, K is going to stop at 3. So 0 to 3 is copied, just like here. 0, 1, 2, 3, all just a nice direct copy over. So array B, slot K should equal A slot K. The next thing, copy data shifted after the position. So think about where we have to start this loop right now. There's 2 ways to do this depending on how you write your code. I'll take it with reference to A. I'm not going to copy position 4. I'd like to start my loop on slot 5. Well, if position is 4, slot 5 is 1 bigger than position. And then I'm going to go to the end, and I'm going to shift down into a lower slot. So what I'm going to do here is write my for loop. K is going to start at position plus 1. I'm going to keep going while I'm less than a.length. Keep going up by 1. And the data copy here is I would like B slot K minus 1. So keep in mind here, if my first slot is going to be K is 5, so K minus 1 is 4. So B slot 4 would equal A slot 5. And that's perfect. That's a nice little shift of the numbers. And then once that finishes running through, all the numbers have been copied over, and I just have to do that final little step of change the reference of A. So A equals B. And of course, like the last example, let's show the list. Show list, our little method, which will basically take array A, which is now a whole new array, right? That's a little shorter, and it's going to show it in the list. Now, that's the code. Okay, how to do it. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. Not that bad. Nice little idea. Keep in mind, the user can type in values that are bad. I haven't done any error checking here to make sure, they could type in -50. It's going to bust my program. They could type in 1,000,000. Well, there's no position 1,000,000. It's going to bust my program. If you want, you could type a little foolproof code here to make sure this value is good. But let's give it a run and see if it works. Array frame run. And there's my thing. Let's fill A up. And now let's try to delete slot 3. Now let's just do 4 since that's what we did in the video. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I should see the 59 disappear, and there it goes. And I can keep doing it. Slot 4 keeps disappearing. Watch what happens when I have no more slot 4. Oh yeah, the red lines of death with the big array out of bounds there, right? So don't do that. Or write the protection code there. But you'll see here that this thing works very nicely every single time. Random fill. Let's delete slot 0. You know that's the first slot. The code still works. Okay, nothing's broke out of it. Nice. Red lines of death. I'll leave it to you to fix the red line of death error, okay, which you should be able to do. Okay, make sure they don't go out of bounds. And in the next video, we're going to code the last button here, which is a tricky one. Insert. Okay, or we'll leave that one for you. Okay, they name a value, they name a position, you wedge that number into that position. So the array is going to grow, and that new value will be exactly where you told it to go. Okay, with all the other numbers moving down. That's a great little practice exercise for you. Have fun. Hope you enjoyed the changing of the array sizes. Thanks.